Hi, it's Dino. Welcome back. Today's mini lecture is on the cognitive style of PowerPoint. It's a form of theater where you collude in your own subjugation. What a great little subtitle. We'll talk about all of that in a moment. In Professor Lawrence Lessig's code, he talks about the idea of cyberspace and software even. Its architecture has its own thought process that imposes itself on users. The people who made PowerPoint, the software engineers who made it, they impose their own thought process on you when you use that piece of software. Well, that's the sort of the overall driving ethos that's driving this presentation. What, pray tell, is the cognitive style of PowerPoint? PowerPoint, as any of you who have gone through especially a really long, like an hour and a half, 2 hour long lecture, slides progress one after the other. That is just the way PowerPoint works. You see the first slide, then you see the second slide, then the third, until the presentation's done. There's almost no way that you get around that based on the way that the software is created. It is hierarchical. Well, when you see these things like this one, you see the title at the top. PowerPoint is hierarchical, and then you see usually bulleted lists of points in vertical order, top to bottom. This one is from Boeing. It was dealing with some of the problems with the space shuttle, where the most important point on this is actually at the very bottom. There are a number of different hierarchies in this. The title, the square bulleted point, the two dashes, and the other square bulleted points, then the round bulleted points. So many. Layer after layer after layer, hierarchy. PowerPoint is fragmented. Think about it this way. Say if I had a fantastic slide, the best slide ever, or two of them. If you had a narrative on one, you would have a narrative on the second one. And this narrative is broken up between slides. So narrative 1 would be on slide 1, narrative 2 on slide 2. Or, as in this slide, there's normally about one big idea per slide. The next slide, as you might imagine, will have a different idea. Then PowerPoint is fragmented. I wonder what the next idea on the next slide is. It won't be that it's fragmented. PowerPoint attracts visual filler. When you have this broad, like this high-resolution screen, this high-resolution computer, this high-resolution interface for PowerPoint, you have all the space. If you don't want to have it crammed full of text, you're going to cram it full of visual filler, such as our good friend, the Microsoft Clip Art. Hello, Clippy. PowerPoint often feels very commercial. Pretend that you have generic company, your company here. They often have logos in the very bottom right, upper left, bottom left, somewhere. They have these logos, and it feels like you're being sold something commercially. Many times that's the case, and that's just the feel that the architecture of PowerPoint has about it. Feels kind of commercial. PowerPoint is notoriously low resolution. There are normally very few numbers per slide, and the charts that are on it are normally very simplistic. PowerPoint is data unfriendly. Because of the space, it's not a lot of screen real estate. You can only put so much data on it. As a result, if you have something that's a great deal of data, PowerPoint is not a great medium for it. For example, you see this table of casualties, where you have on the left all of these different types of ways that people could die. On the top, you have all these different years. There's a ton of data packed into this table, as opposed to your typical PowerPoint slide. Again, PowerPoint data unfriendly. So you might go, man, that was a long list. Although I'm sure on PowerPoint, you've seen longer, I can almost guarantee it. Given that relatively long list of ideas about PowerPoint's cognitive style, most of them negative, why do we continue using PowerPoint? It has been mass adopted. There are so many people, because it's part of the Microsoft suite. I like Microsoft as a corporation. They make some nice products like PowerPoint, and it does some good things. But because it has been mass adopted, everyone's using the same tool. Everyone's used to watching PowerPoints, when you go into a lecture theater, there's usually a projector with a screen. Software is built, software is adopted, rooms in lecture theaters, presentation places at corporations are built around giving presentations like PowerPoint. Because it's been so massively adopted, we just keep using it. And we will continue using it until who knows what comes next. That was the cognitive style of PowerPoint. Thanks for listening. I look forward to seeing you again soon.